Hello everybody and welcome to this, I guess, walkthrough of Hitman Codename 47 with your host as always, Mah-Dry-Bread, and returning special guest co-host, Brandon.
I fucked it up on episode 1, eh?
Yeah, it's not a good start. So for anyone who is just coming in now to kind of learn tutorial on the stages and everything, we'll be on that in a minute. This whole playlist, I'm basically just gonna walk you through how to do every single level of the game. Because I just recently rebeat the game like today and yesterday, so I thought this would be a great time for this. Brandon here has seen very little of the game, but we both did a blind playthrough for me of Hitman 2016 together, and I also did a walkthrough of Hitman Blood Money on Pro Mode, because I used to play that game obsessively in high school. So I thought, let's just do the whole series. And Hitman Codename 47 is really cool and really ahead of the time, and yet really behind the time at the same time. It has pains of being ahead of its time. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean here. Most of these episodes we're going to just get right into the action, but there's a couple where I just need to show you what the hell was going on when this game was made. First of all, by the way, you see this like tiny little menu here? It'll be bigger when we're in gameplay. It'll take up the whole screen and everything. Don't worry about that. This game had WASD. That was ahead of its time. I'm just gonna click on WASD. Look at this fucking mess. Run is W. Walk forward is S. Backwards was X. Like, this is horrible. A and D aren't strafing left and right. They're actually turning left and right, which is what your mouse does anyway. Like, all of this is horrible. Basically, all of it needs to get remapped. So I'm just gonna cancel and show you, just scrolling real slow. If you pick up this game, it runs fine on Windows 10 on Steam. You need to finagle the what's it called, the .ini file a little. I'm sure there's a guide for that. But, you know, maybe just copy this down. This seems to feel pretty good. Once you fix everything here, it feels pretty much like a relatively modern video game. Also, the graphics settings, like, the game looks great and everything, but it doesn't actually do widescreen. But if you use a widescreen mod that's widely available, you lose some of your field of vision, which is really bad in a stealth game, so we're actually not doing that. We're playing it in 4:3 resolution. And without further ado, though, I think we can just get this going. So, my name is Mah-Dry-Bread, and we're not doing pro difficulty on this one, we're just going to do normal.
Fuck? Why is it a slider?
Yeah, that's a weird thing to have. Yeah, and it's a slider, and yet it's just 3 static things. We're just gonna do normal because the game, it doesn't do difficulty really well. It's not like pro in Hitman Blood Money where it takes away a lot of features and then makes it more difficult, like your map only has targets and stuff like that. As far as I can tell, the game is not really properly balanced for anything beyond normal. And so for the sake of everybody's sanity, I think we're just gonna stay on normal difficulty. All right, so we're gonna just go into this file then. Test is what I just rebeat the game with, so I could remember the gimmick for each map. The tutorial we will be doing, but that is largely because it is heavily plot involved.
Time to learn.
Wake up, my friend. It's the dawn of a new day, and you have things to do. I will guide and teach you, and you will learn by doing. Always remember, I am not only your guide and mentor, but think of me as the person you trust the most. The skills you learn today will not only be useful, but vital for performing the tasks I have chosen for you. You see, you have been carefully selected. You are very special to me.
So before we all make fun of the graphics, this was really, really absurdly good at the time. I'll give them credit. It looks crazy now, but this was great.
Now, go and find some clothes to put on.
Okay, so you'll notice that the UI, by the way, is absolutely minuscule, almost illegible. In the top left, you can see my health, top right, holster. If I right-click on things that says take clothes and cancel, I can barely read it with my giant monitor. That's another one of those things, is the game supports really high resolutions, but there is no user interface scaling, All I'm going to say is don't worry about it. I could read out anything out loud that you need to read, probably, and really you don't need to read any of the UI. The UI outside of your ammo count is largely useless. So we're just going to change our clothes here. Perfect.
What the
On, my
fuck?
friend. You are doing very well. Next task is to enter the next room.
Yeah, I'm going to accidentally skip dialogue sometimes,
To move on, my friend.
just because he talks over himself.
See, good. As you can see, things are moving fast. See? That was
See?
You are doing just fine, my friend.
Let's keep going.
Continue the next
See?
exercise.
See?
All right, here's a mechanic that I think is used literally once in the entire game outside of the tutorial. If you go up to a ledge, you can jump across. I can only think of one level where you do that, so it's kind of weird. I think they had an idea that it would be used more.
Why are the ones in here rusty?
I don't know. All right, we can just go through here. I'm just gonna run a little bit.
Oh, I thought that was a pit. I thought that was like a bottomless pit.
Oh no, we're good. There's nothing like that. I don't think you can actually ever fall to your death in this game.
You are doing just fine. Now take the elevator and let's continue to the next lesson.
Basement 1 or 3. I guess we're on 1. Okay. You just right-click on things and you scroll wheel and then left-click on the option you want, by the way. A lot of people are confused about that because it's intuitive once you know how to do it, but it's strange to figure out because they don't tutorialize yourself very well on that. Whereas spacebar will always do whatever the default is, so like on a door that's open or closed door.
You are an excellent pupil. My very best so far. But then again, I knew you would. Very good.
Yeah, let's speed this up a little.
Not bad.
Just stab that a little bit.
It's time to move on.
There we go.
Proceed with the next item.
I have F set to drop items, and T set to put it away.
It is a pleasure to see you at work. Excellent.
Is this either single or dual?
Not just different guns.
Steel version.
I can dual wield some guns, though.
Now let's try it out, shall we? And be wary of the recoil. Needless to say, this is not a toy.
So this is to tutorialize yourself on shooting. It's exactly what you'd think. You just left click. I can hit that if I want to see how I did. Interestingly enough, there's a few animations you can do over and over for no particular reason. One is you can reload an already reloaded gun over and over. It does nothing. The other is I have T set to put things away. I can just keep clicking it sometimes, but not other times, and he will continue to just put his hands in his jacket as if he's putting something away, but he's not.
The choice of it is so good.
I don't know when I can and can't do it, though.
Red is for bad guys.
Alright, tutorial on shooting. Shoot the red ones, not the, I think it's green is the other. Is that all of them?
No, there's another marker for A there.
I...
Keep going around the corner.
Oh, okay.
There you go. You didn't even shoot that guy.
Yeah, I just kind of hit the sign.
Up there, yeah.
Yeah, there's no actual bonus for doing this quickly or anything. You just kind of have to do it.
Or doing it well.
Yeah, no, there's no reason to actually do
Why
it
do the
well.
blue ones stay?
I don't know. You just kind of get through it. Is to teach you how the mouse shooting works and everything. Again, at the time this came out, this would have been... Oh, it's not that one. This would have been a bit of a newer concept. Like, a lot of little things they did in the game would have been newer concepts. Obviously, like, shooting in video games wasn't new or anything, but just wrapping your head around the whole control scheme and the mouse control of the camera and everything and the third person shooting, it's something that you would actually need to get acclimated to at the time. All right, we can just keep going. And the first actual level should be a quick one, but it's one of those levels a lot of people have troubles with. It's one of those levels a lot of people have troubles with because there's two ways to do it. They're almost the same, and one is nearly impossible.
Congratulations. Only the best of the best reach this level. All previous levels will seem crude and base compared to the... You have picked
Yeah.
this affordable pump action
Whoa.
shotgun.
Oh, that controlled poorly. Sometimes the game doesn't know what you're trying to do when you hit space. It's odd.
Promotes fast sight alignment.
I like that the bullet hole that you shot into the wall moved downwards as the elevator went up.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff like that. All right, so I could spend forever here shooting at these. But this is where we need to just make some progress.
He just doesn't care.
So you'll notice he kind of stops talking here. All right, we want to go basement 1 because we're going up. Now, we're not actually allowed to go here. He didn't tell us to go here. So where is... Okay, there he is. You'll notice the flying of the bodies. Again, Ragdoll was very new at the time. This was a hell of a technology at the time. Now it kind of looks like we're playing Rogue Warrior again with the helicopter through the air bodies. But at the time, this was pretty incredible.
So now you're sneaking out?
Yeah, I'm making a break for it.
Why would he even leave an exit?
I can't answer that because of plot. No,
okay.
there are actually answers.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pass on by it.
Okay, as long as there are actually answers, because that was kind of dumb.
The plot of this game is actually quite good.
As long as there's answers, I'm okay. The plot twist is that's actually you.
No. That would be a horrible plot twist. All right, we're going into the first actual stage.
Ah, so this is Hong Kong. People talk of it as an interesting place, filled with mystery, laughs, and excitement, they say. Not really my scene.
So you might wonder about where the subtitles are. I believe this game just doesn't have subtitles, which is really unfortunate. I might subtitle it. I guess we'll see how easy it is to hear what they say, just because sometimes the music drowns it out just a little bit. But if you recognize the voice there, Agent 47's actually been voiced by the same guy ever since the very first game, which is very cool. In fact, Agent 47 is modeled after the guy who does the voice. So... I will read these. Welcome to Hong Kong. Enclosed in this download, you will find information about your mission and a shopping list of weapons, gadgets, and information that the agency is able to deliver. If I trip over the words, by the way, it is tiny. It's also green on a green background, which, Jesus, who thought that was a good idea? For this first mission, we'll give you your reward of $13,000 up front. Spend it wisely. Remember that if the hit gets messy, we will send a cleaner and deduct the money from your account. It's basically telling us if you kill civilians or police officers, you do lose money. And the money is finite. If you play like an idiot, it will start really hurting. Your mission in Hong Kong will be fairly complicated. The ultimate target is the Triad leader named Li Hong. He is too well guarded, and even if you succeed in eliminating him, chances are that you would not get out of Hong Kong alive. The agency has prepared a plan that will make Li Hong lose his influence outside of his mansion. We will get back to you when you have completed your first mission. Diana Burnwood, Controller, the agency. So she was in since the very first game, which is very interesting. So the first act of the game, I guess you would say, is 4 missions in Hong Kong. And this all culminates, of course, in our attempted assassination of Li Hong, which is one of the most famous heists, assassinations, missions, I don't know what you want to call it, in the entire series, to the point that it was actually remade in Hitman Contracts, which is the 3rd game. So we need to eliminate the Red Dragon Negotiator and escape to the rendezvous point. Now, this is a mission that a lot of people are probably going to be searching up because it's a mission where even if you know what to do, it might feel almost impossible. That's because there are 2 places you can do this mission from. So this kind of follows the theme of a lot of missions in the first Hitman game. It's not quite like the new Hitman games where there's 1,000 different creative ways to kill your targets. In this one, you're more of a contract killer. Sometimes you just, the way to do it is you run in and you shoot a guy and you get out under a hail of bullets. That's not necessarily how you do this mission, although you potentially could. It'd be quite difficult. There's actually no penalty after a mission for, having everyone see your face and be alerted and stuff. So all we really need in this mission is I want to bring a sniper with a bullet I'm gonna bring like 3 bullets, 3 or 4, just in case. They're cheap anyway. The sniper is really the only thing reasonably expensive.
Yeah, I couldn't see needing other things.
Yeah, I really doubt I'm gonna miss that many times. And this is also the only mission that Brandon has seen before, because I showed him it recently when I was testing stuff. So all you need on this mission is a sniper rifle and a few bullets based on how confident you are in your ability to shoot. So we're gonna just jump into the mission. So what we need to do is, if we hit M to go to our map here, we'll scroll around a little bit. Our getaway is the blue, where we are is the green, although this is very inaccurate sometimes. Sometimes it places you quite far away from where you actually are. It seems to be a resolution glitch. So basically two different gangs are going to meet in the middle of this park for some kind of peace negotiation. We want to sabotage it by shooting the Red Dragon negotiator and try and pin that on the blue gang. I don't remember their name. There's a few elevators that you can take from alleyways on top of buildings to get a clear shot. You could do this other ways. You could hide in the park with a pistol, but good luck getting out alive. Or you could really gun your way in. Or even shoot him as he comes out of his car. But the best way is probably to get onto a building. I recommend this building right here. For whatever reason, there are 2 buildings you could do this from, and if you're reading guides, you might pick the wrong building. If you pick the wrong building, then for whatever reason, a helicopter shows up almost the second you shoot the guy, and you're probably gonna get immediately killed if you're not really fast picking up your sniper and getting out of there. But for whatever reason that I can't explain, because I genuinely don't know the answer, this elevator right here, if you go to this one, it's already here. Okay. If you go to this elevator, the helicopter just takes longer to show up. I don't really know why, it just does, which is why a lot of people seem to have a hard time with this level, because they get what they're supposed to do, but they feel like they're doing something wrong because there's no way it should be this punishing, you know? So what I did there is I just scroll wheeled to my sniper and then left clicked on the sniper rifle, and I'll automatically assemble it. And to look down on the scope of your sniper, you just left click to see if you're gonna shoot, and it'll appear.
Your menu, your map menu, has an interesting little visual on it. First of all, I don't know what you're supposed to be looking at there, but it is Hitman branded, of course.
Yes.
Which is idiotic.
Yeah,
but
you'd think that the assassination agency wouldn't brand all their shit.
I think it's also supposed to say Hitman, but in the bottom corner it definitely just says Hi Man.
On the map? Oh yeah, it totally does just say Hi Man. Huh. Hi man.
Hi man.
I've actually never noticed that before. That's amazing.
And you have all of your money instead of the money that you spent being missing.
That's probably a glitch. Alright, so you can see we have a really clear shot. So this is the blue gang negotiator. We got a cutscene here of the Red Dragon one.
No, this is the Red Dragon one, but all of his guys are wearing blue except him.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know if perhaps there is a lore thing behind that I am unaware of, but they're doing some kind of gang negotiation here, and we want to assassinate the red one. So
and I don't know if that was a limousine or a clown car.
There are a lot of dudes coming in, so you could hide in the park ahead of time, but you can see how many dudes are patrolling in there. They're quite likely to find you. You can squeeze your way in there and get a decent silent shot at the guy, but it's very likely that in the scramble to figure out where the bullet came from, they're finding you before you get out. All right. There we go. And I am just going to immediately grab the suitcase. It'll pick it back up. I want to right-click that and road. So we're already going down. If I were to be on the roof, my tie is just going straight up through my head. If I were to already be on the roof when this cutscene hits, there's a very good chance I just get immediately gunned down. But if I'm on the ground, they're basically just not going to find me. So I just want to go back to where I started, so this way. And that's how you do the first mission. It's actually a really easy one if you know what building to go on. I feel like most people would probably guess right away, considering there are elevators in a lot of alleys, that sniping is the way to go. You probably just wouldn't you'd think one building is as good as another, because I can't explain to you why the helicopter shows up faster on one building in comparison to others. I really have no idea why that is the case. It just kind of is the case.
And it takes the longest on the most convenient building.
Yeah. And so if we just go back to the car, it'll automatically give us the mission status, which is also F2, by the way. If you're ever in a mission, you're unsure of what missions you still have to do or what objectives, it's F2. That seems to be something people have troubles with. And you can see the expenses. Yeah, it has changed now. The expenses were just the sniper rifle and a few bullets. We didn't have any collateral damage or anything. In general, though, there's no disadvantage to, like, slaughtering enemies. Unless they're police officers, there's no penalty or anything for that. Anyway, on the next episode, we will be going over the car bomb episode, which is another one that people have troubles with. A lot of early missions in this game has serious problems of... Okay, our credit is not the right number.
Yeah,
a lot of early missions in this game have terrible problems of you know what you're supposed to do, but it feels weirdly unintuitive and you're not exactly sure how to execute it. Next episode will probably be very, very short. Again, if you want to watch more of this walkthrough, there'll be links in the description as well as on screen right now. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.
See ya.